All right. I don't know what in the world was going on, but however, we are back for part two of this real talk. Hopefully, my guests will chime back in. Just want to say again, good evening. This is Joyce Smith coming to you live. So, I don't know. We were having a lot of reverb going on. So, guys, I have sent out a new link. Please click in on that link and join in on the conversation. And hopefully, we won't have the same issue that we just had. All right. Hopefully my mic is intact and everything is working correctly. Okay. So our conversation, we were talking about our young people and how we can work together to build a strong community and helping to get our young people off the streets. But our second part of our conversation, we were going into where I was sharing with my guest about a comment that a young man made earlier when he said that ladies cannot teach boys, cannot raise boys to be men. And I want to know how you ladies feel about that comment. I actually invited that person to the studio today, but I didn't get an answer back. So hopefully, I'm waiting. We'll see what happens and see if they do take us up on that offer. In the meantime, I'm going to say this that being, I'm going to make so I say that being raised by a single parent and having one brother in the home, he was raised and he definitely did become a man. So when you make that statement and say, well, women can't teach boys how to be men, there are other men in their lives that set a standard for them on what a real man is. It depends on the company that they are being kept with. Some boys turn into men who abuse. Some boys turn into men who learn how to love women very well. It just depends on the company that was kept and the guidance and leadership in which they were under. So, and you have the right to agree or disagree with anything I have to say. I'm still gonna love you because that is my disclaimer every time we do this show. But I do also want to say that when people make those kind of statements, every household don't have two parents. There's not a man and a woman, and when they do, oftentimes, sometimes it's a silent father, even though he's in the house. So I really want to get feedback on that and trying to wait for my guests to come back into the studio so that we can collaborate on that conversation with you. But in the meantime, feel free to put up your comments because I think when it comes to pointing the finger, and nowadays that there's so much going on with women's rights and all the other issues going on, it's hard right now on both sides of the fence for the children and for the parents with so much that's going on. But when we tend to say, well, women can't teach boys how to be men, then where are the men to step up to the plate to help these women, help these boys into manhood? So if you are standing by that comment and you made that comment, I hope you out there helping some woman who is raising boys as a single parent. Maybe you can go get the boys, take them scouting, take them walking, take them trail riding, take them to do something positive, fishing, whatever it is that young men need in their lives. To the barber shop, get a haircut. I can remember my grandson when he was very young, and his dad was a president in his life. I had some older friends, and I remember when he first went to the barber shop, it was it was a thrill for him. And he's such an old soul now, wise beyond his years, because sitting around a group of men, pastors, and not just that, just ordinary men that was coming in, and they're talking about different things that men talk about. It taught him the it when we talk about, women as single parents. Okay, there we go. Okay. We do feel a little sorry for our sons and our grandsons, and we have a little mercy on them. Y'all know how we do. Don't act like you don't. Okay. Um, we tend to be a little bit softer, and so in that, sometimes boys don't get to their masculine side early in life, but sooner or later they get it. So I want to say that single women can raise boys to be men with, and so because you have to also understand that some point in time some women don't have that choice. Okay, I was a single parent. um, my husband died at a very young age, and when my kids were very young, and thank God for the men that they have become, and that was because they had some positive examples in front of them. But even if that had not been, I raised them in the adoration of knowing God and knowing who God was in their life. So I thank God for their grandmother that was around because she was strong and she didn't play. I thank God for just being there. And I'm thankful for being there in my grandson's life because I was that strong hand for them in times when they needed it. But also, they had a lot of men that encouraged them and showed them things that they needed to know about being a man. So, I'm gonna say to the person who put the chime up, you know who you are because I sent you a text and I invited you to this broadcast. So feel free to reach out at any time that you'd like and come into the studio because I really would love to hear your side. Were you raised by a single parent? Um, or did you always have present, two parents present? Everybody just not are not just blessed like that. But I think that God knows, as the Bible says, He knows the plan He has for us, whether it be one parent or two and home. Your life is, and if you walk according to what, that's how we lose our way. And some reason we're having real bad difficulty with our broadcasting tonight. So, guys, I'm gonna sign on off. And hopefully you will get to watch this later or the replay because it's not letting the guest in, and I keep having pauses tonight, and we are not going to do that. Okay, I don't want to shout out the service, the cable service, but you know who you are. Okay, all right, guys, so food for thought. Let's pick this back up. And please come on in.